Ladies and gentlemen, my paper is entitled Innovation Towards Sustainability in the Surveying Discipline of Valuation. So on the screen you will see a kind of an equation, a theme that runs through this entire paper, and that is that real estate valuations are fairly important for efficient to the oil prices. But the oil prices was a cause. It was not a cause, it was an effect. And then it talks about how inflation was beaten by the famous Paul Volcker, who was the Federal Reserve Chairman at that time. And he had to take aggressive steps to bring inflation down. And he brought it down from 13% per annum right down to 1.6% per annum. And that was the time Ronald Reagan came in and he helped support the measures taken by this Paul Volcker. Right after he had tamed inflation, and there was a huge task that he did during that time. Now, George Soros, now he said about the same thing. In different words, he said the US housing bubble served as a detonator that set off a much larger explosion, the bursting of a super bubble that has been growing since the 1980s. And for example, there was a Japanese crisis, which they said was a real estate bubble bursting. And in 1989, there was house prices in Japan, which was 20 times annual household income. In Malaysia, it's always been about 4.5, but now maybe edging a little bit higher in certain parts of Kuala Lumpur. And then the bubble burst in Japan, and it took 20 years, and it's still going on. So real estate played a complicit role, a major role in the Japanese bubble burst. We also know that the Asian be doing is not enough to have a set of standards and then you walk away and come back later after 3 or 4 years and look at it. Okay? And my conclusions are that the global financial crisis was a significant financial milestone event, and it very nearly resulted in a global depression greater than the Great Depression. The depression was averted by an extraordinary capital injection of money and fiscal stimuli. They cannot last indefinitely, and the global economy will have to fall back on a new level of sustainable growth. And as mostly expected, that will be at a lower level than before. The crisis has also unearthed substantial weaknesses in the global financial system, and these will have to be resolved going forward. A new global financial architecture. Valuations for real estate, businesses, and financial instruments are fundamental to a financial system. And it not only supports banking systems, but also supports good corporate governance and is key to the efficient functioning of real estate markets, which in turn support modern market-based economies, and continuous updated standards and best practice guidelines are important. The continuous flow of market information through valuation channels from professional valuers as they operate day to day in the market are valuable sources of information that bring to decision makers and market participants critical information about the market. And this information, coupled with their in-depth analysis, are cornerstone activities for identifying and diffusing property bubbles, ensuring financial stability, and keeping the processes of innovation and sustainability going forward. Thank you very much.